What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's happening? What's up? Mm-mm. Let me get this share up. Mm-mm. Ho ho ho. Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Good morning, Pat. What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Looking good now. Mm. Sid, what's up, Sid? White Sox squeeze you? Ooh. Ugh. Hate the sound of that. Big slate today. Big slate today. Yes, it is. Big slate today. I kind of like stopped right here. I didn't even get a chance to finish these last two games right here. I'll skim through it when we get here. Yeah. Yeah. Big slate today. Man. If you got the luxury to playing on the books, then that's great. If you don't have the luxury of playing on the books, then definitely look at sleeper, something like that. Um, Sleeper is probably the closest to the books as you're going to get for a pick'em site. Where they don't have an interface, so I can't show you guys. Um, what did we have yesterday? I got some live bets in yesterday. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Tiff. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Uh, Yesterday, man, I was cussing the motherfucking cussing Minnesota ass out. Then they started coming through. I did do a little a 1.5 parlay with. I took the Baltimore 1.5, Colorado 1.5, and damn, who else was that? I took them 1.5. That little parlay cashed. It was only 7 days, 7 games yesterday, so we tried to make it what we could do. You know what I'm saying? I just got in for making that bread. You already know. I already know. I already know. Royce hit that banger yesterday. Hit that home run. Shout out to him. I've been watching. I've been on. Just keep an eye out for Royce because he's going to be on one. The boy, man. Westberg, like, damn. I was watching them at bats at work. That motherfucker. Everybody had a hit except for him and Santander, man. Out of the usual suspects. Man, I needed a hit from Westberg bad, man. Gunnar Henderson was going crazy. So it was a lot going on yesterday, man. It was a lot going on yesterday. Um, Seth Lugo, that wasn't a good pick, just, trying to be greedy. And them Padres looked pretty good. Uh, them Padres looked pretty good. And uh, my boy came and did what he had to do. Dylan Cease. One he had a bad inning, or else he would have hit the outs for us. He had a bad inning. He hit the K's at 8 for a push. He wouldn't have hit that demon on the K's. And uh, you know, damn, well, he went 7 innings, but he that first inning he didn't get no K's. Uh, Fetty, man. So that would kind of threw me off. He ended up with 4Ks. And shout out to the kid. Shout out to the kid. He said it yesterday that Gilbert was going to be on one, and Gilbert did come out there on one. He hit his outs. He hit the outs. He hit the Ks. I straight betted Gilbert outs and Ks along with I straight betted all the usual suspects, right? So that was okay. Tatis, they need to check his soup or whatever he's been eating or whatever. He's been on fire. Yes, he has. Pat and the Astros were definitely good, right? They were, right? They lost that game, but Altuve got 2 hits. Bregman hit Alvarez hit the hits, runs and RBIs. Bregman hit his, so that's pretty much what I'll be looking at, right? Alvarez, that hit he got was a triple, and I like to say Altuve, he hit. Watch out for Altuve, could be heating up, so you know what I'm saying. Watch out for that. All right, so let's get into today, right? So first game on the docket, we got Atlanta Braves at Orioles, Baltimore Orioles, right? And we got an over under 8 here. The bats, self-explanatory, except for, I'll make a couple exceptions for a few, let you know, the guys know what I'm looking at, and it is what it is, right? Atlanta, they've had rest. Baltimore, they haven't had any rest. That's one thing, right? They right back playing today after playing against whoever they was playing against, right? So Max Fried on the mound, he's pretty good, right? So Max Fried. Speaking of Max Fried, let's just go back to the basics here. Probable pitches. I'll just take it back from the top. I finished off on the Oakland game. I couldn't really keep finishing. I'll finish it off right here with you guys. But looking at Max Fried, he's been good. He is good. He's been good. So I don't know how I want to look at this game, tell you the truth. It's over under 8. Suarez, he's been okay. Max Fried, like I said, he's been okay. Red, that's good, right? I'll have to bring it back here. I'll have to take a look at some of his splits. Max Fried, get that pulled up, and then slide back down here to so Max Fried, right? He's pitching he's pitching really, really good, man. I shouldn't point this out because it could draw some people, it could mess some people up. But at the end of the day, these are the numbers, right? You don't see many of these guys, but at the end of the day, looking at the pitches, his pitch mix and stuff like that, and some of these batting averages, it seems it's possible that he pitches his worst towards lefties. As you can see, that sinker, 368 batting average on that. 636 batting average on that 4-seamer, right? The slider, the cutter, all them averages are kind of like up. That's versus lefties, though, right? There's a couple lefties that he's going to see today, right? So, but at the end of the day, I don't want to scare you guys off of that. I just wanted to point that out. What I'd say is if lefties got a chance to hit him, Gunnar Henderson, right? This 4-seamer that he's throwing 20% of the time to left-hand batters. He hasn't faced a lot of them, though. That's the thing. He ain't faced a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Them lefty-lefty matchups. But he's got 2 home runs on that 4-seamer, 636 slugging. Batting average is up. What the hell? 11 at bats, 7 hits, 4 singles, a double, 2 home runs. They've been hitting that fastball. Slugging is a 1,200, expected at 788. Like, that fastball, he probably needs not to throw that to any one of these lefties because somebody like Gunnar Henderson will take that motherfucker and throw it right back at him, right? But the sinker, I didn't really single out any bats. It surprised me because I didn't think lefties was hitting them like that. But, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? He's a good pitcher. It's crazy, right? So that's one thing, right? So pay attention to the lineups, who's in the lineups, stuff like that. Pay attention to who's in the lineups. And like I said, he can very well come out here and have a good game versus lefties. But what we know is, we know that uh, we know that these lefties are pretty good and they can hit him. They can hit. You know what I'm saying? The spot for Baltimore is not the best because, like I said, they're traveling coming into this game. They can be thrown the fuck off, and Max Fried can pitch a great game. You know what I'm saying? That can very well happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's a few sides to the story here. I'm doing all this talking because of the numbers kind of I ain't gonna say threw me off, but it kind of looked kind of weird, right? Now, some bats that kind of popped, right? A couple righties because of their personal splits. You know what I'm saying? Because they personal splits. The couple righties popped for me, and Max is pretty good versus righties, right? The one that popped again was Westberg. So Westberg, and sometimes you gotta look at their splits, man. And I don't think this is the one that I probably really really liked, but it did pop. So you gotta really look at their splits a little bit. So versus lefties right here and versus righties, right? What was I looking at earlier? I think they got home road splits. That's what I think. So the home road splits was his home versus lefties right here. Now he will strike out 33%, 333 batting average, on base percentage almost 400. Slugging is up to 700, OPS 1100. Isolated power was at 381 with a 211 WRC plus. That's at home versus lefties. Versus lefties in general, still striking out. High ass K rate. You know what I'm saying? But at home versus lefties, he's striking out more. He's probably chasing more, things like that. The month of June, or whatever the case may be, you can even look at numbers like that, right? So, what is this here? Advanced numbers. Some of the advanced numbers here, batted balls. Where do I look at for when I really, really try to go in depth? Right here. Just this month, which is almost halfway into it. I guess it ain't bad. I mean, it is what it is, right? The next guy, so Westbrook could be in play here. 0 for 5 yesterday. Santander, I'm going to show you guys because I know some people are going to want to bet on these guys. So I want to show you guys, you know what I'm saying, in depth what these guys do because he's a pretty good pitcher, right? So at Santander versus at home, I'm going to look at the home versus lefties here. Here's another guy that is a split that could work in his favor, but see, he at home he will strike out. They be chasing. His batting average is up at 381 at home. The slugging is up at 742 versus all these sluggings right here. His average is up at 381. Yeah, I said that. The OPS is up at 1200. The isolated power is at 381. And his WRC plus is a whopping 236, right? And then the month of June, he's been balling. You know what I'm saying? He's been balling. Average is up. OPS is up. Slugging is up. WRC plus is up. So that's what he's been doing lately. You guys already know. Ryan Mountcastle, right? And most of these guys are righties. So as you can see the trend, that these righties at home, right? These righties versus lefties at home are a thing on paper, right? Mountcastle. On paper, right? Mountcastle, I don't know. His numbers might not be super sexy, but we're going to take a look. So at home versus lefties here, it's got a 20% K rate, 346 batting average, 692 slugging, 1100 OPS, isolated powers around 346. So he's looking really good at home too. his month numbers for the month of June ain't as sexy as the other two, but man, they up there, right? All these guys got some power, right? I haven't even talked about the lefties. I showed you what the lefties do versus what I showed you what Freed does versus the lefty. Speaking of Freed, check out some of his splits, right? Because he is on the road. Okay, he is on the road. So, at home, so on the road, at home he's got 3.51 ERA. On the road, 2.6 ERA. So it looks like he's pitching a little bit better, right? What about the home runs and shit like that? So he's giving up a few more home runs on the road. On home, he's only giving up one home run this year. On the road versus lefties, he's giving up 3 home runs. On the road versus righties, he's giving up 1 home run. Check some of his strikeout numbers and stuff like this on the road. So far, small sample size, but let's see. Home run per 9 on the road versus lefties is at 3. Strikeouts on the road is pretty much solid. I mean, 23.8 and 26.6 on the road. Don't know who he's faced. So he's looking pretty much okay in that category. His batting average on the road versus lefties at 324. We've pointed that out that he's pitching his worst towards lefties on the road. So we pointed that out. Some of these lefty bats could get a bump. So I just wanted to break that shit down and show y'all what I've seen, right? What I've seen in this scenario right here. So that's kind of like, because this is one of those games, you know what I'm saying? So I spent a little bit of time of looking at this game, right? And then it's over under 8. Now on the flip side, you got Suarez and like and then you got the Braves going up against a righty. The Braves, I ain't gonna say I'm done with them, but I can do without him, right? I'm tired of guessing, right? If I had to take one bat here, it would be Olsen, okay, going up against a righty. But I'm a little bit more. I'm more interested in the Orioles side. But the spot for the Orioles, with all the games they've been playing and travel and stuff, that's interesting for me too. And I'm just trying to figure out why this. You got some decent pitching on the mound for it to be an 8 overall total. So James Bruno says stay away from the Braves. So I spent extensively on that game right there. I don't have to talk about Gunnar Henderson, shit like that. James Bruno said Baltimore and KC are hot. I don't have to talk about them guys. You know what I'm saying? Gunnar Henderson and shit like that. He's hot. So we behind closed doors, we gonna do what we gonna do with them bats no matter what, right? I just brought y'all the news. I'm gonna keep it moving. All right. Washington Nationals at Detroit Tigers. What I know about this game here is I don't want too much parts of it. Mitchell Parker has been okay, right? So on prospects, I kind of set him to the side here. I think I did not. I did or did not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I did not. So I was thinking about. I had interest in his pitching outs, right? Detroit Tigers, they haven't faced a lot of lefties. They haven't been good versus lefties. Let's see. Versus left-hand pitching here. First of all, to reiterate that on that previous game, Baltimore on the season, number 2 in WRC plus versus left-hand pitching, right? That's in general. At home, let's take a look at home. This will be the icing on the cake. At home, they number 1 in WRC plus, right? A 157 versus left-hand pitching. All of that is tied into what I was saying, like, the splits and how good those righties are at home versus lefties, even though they do chase and they will strike out. I just had to add to that. Now, back to where we were. Like I say, Detroit, they not good versus right-hand pitching like they are versus left-hand pitching like they are versus right-hand pitching, but they haven't had a lot of plate appearances versus left-hand pitching either, right? So 82 WRC plus on the season. I'll filter this to K's because I like to look at K's and at the same time. And then the strikeout rate was what on the season? Detroit 21.7. Meh, right? 14 last 30 days. Last 30 days. Last 30 days. Detroit 21% K rate, 63 WRC plus with 206 plate appearances. Only 206 plate appearances, so I won't look no further. I won't look no further, right? 200 plate appearances and one. They haven't seen a lot of lefties, but when they do, they haven't been good, right? So what is your opinion on 20-leg parlays just hits, meaning pick 20 people to get a hit? So my player pool, every night, the bats that I give out, I do go look. Hopefully you guys go look too. The bats that I do give out and for hits all the way up to a home run, I check them. I really give them out for mainly hits, right? And like I said in the beginning of the day, in the beginning of the video, if you don't have the luxury of playing on a book, Sleeper is a good alternate because it's close to a book, but it's a pick'em site, but it's still close to a book. It's a parlay site because you got to play two. Now, sometimes, I might have 20 bats on my radar and I might go 16 for 20. I might drop 10 bats or 8 bats or something like that. I might go 6 or 8. Sometimes I might go 7 or 8 and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with it. And a parlay, to me, a parlay is a parlay. Either way I go, whether it's 2 legs or 20 legs, right? As long as you're just not out there guessing. Do I condone it? I don't preach parlays, but a lot of these sites, they just making you do parlays, right? These pick'em sites. Either way it go, like I said, you can probably only do that shit on the books. But if I'm setting $10 to the side or $15 to the side for parlays and that's what I'm doing, I don't have no problem with it. I didn't got close as hell to that. You know what I'm saying? Just backtracking the bats that I gave out. You know what I'm saying? Some days, like 2 days ago, some days when I don't even feel like I don't even think about doing no parlay and I do a lot of straights and just wonder like, damn, why didn't I parlay this shit up? Like I just hit everything. So it can hit. It can hit. It can hit. I done seen it. I done seen it, man. I done seen it. I see it every day. I see it every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I got it, you know what I'm saying? I see it every day. In these Facebook groups, 100,000 people in there. I see it every day. You know what I'm saying? If that's something that you want to get your sick off, you throwing $5 at the wall on the hit parlays, it is what it is, man. Straight up. I encourage straights though, because it is what it is. Now, where we at with this here? Detroit. This game, I don't have a side on this one here. Bats that popped out for me, none on the Detroit side. The one bat that popped out for me was C.J. Abrams, right? And I didn't like it. If I looked at those numbers, I wouldn't recommend him, right? He popped out of the model. It is what it is. I'm just telling you guys, right? So, why's my computer acting slow? Because it's been open all night. It's been on all night. I should have restarted my shit. But Mitchell Parker, I'm trying to figure out how if I want to back him, right? I'm thinking I want to look at his pitching outs, okay? Mitchell Parker here, I'm thinking I did have him over here. Okay, I did have him over here. Okay, so his pitching outs in play for me, that's what I'm looking at here. If I'm taking a side in this game, it's going to be probably going to be Washington Nationals or nothing for me. Not a fan of Kenta Maeda, so it is what it is, right? The Chicago Cubs and Tampa Bay Rays, my Chicago Cubs, who I barely give you guys any picks for because I'm not sold. I haven't been sold. I wasn't sold, so it is what it is. Didn't even look at this game like I'm supposed to look into. So it's a pass for me. You guys got anything for this Cubs game? Let me know. Miami Marlins and New York Mets. We got an over under 7.5 in this spot, right? I think the Mets can put up runs here. Luzardo, right? So, it's pretty good to look at your splits. You got to check out your splits, things of that nature, right? By this time, you should know he doesn't have a good time on the road. So, everybody should know this by now. And sometimes a garbage can gets a steak, man. What about, man? He was bringing that K shit last year, right? So at home, 4.8 ERA. On the road, 6.4 ERA on the road. So you couple that with the fact that versus left hand pitching, you get a New York Mets team that don't strike out much, right? Come on down here. New York Mets on the season, 25th in striking out, right? With a 121 WRC plus versus left-hand pitching in 700 plate appearances. That's numbers on the season. They not striking out on the season. They hitting them. What about last 30 days? Go back down here. They 25th in striking out at 19.7%. 149 WRC plus, 381 plate appearances. That's the last 30 days. What about the last 2 weeks? I know they've seen that trash ass boy from Washington, so I know they beat up on his ass in the last 2 weeks. So New York Mets, 16.7 K rate, 188 WRC plus. That's definitely inflated. Patrick Corbin, they seen him. Went all upside his head, right? So either way it go, they've been hitting lefties when they've seen them. They don't strike out. Can Luzardo have a good day? A good day one time? Probably could. But if you're looking at the numbers, you're going by the numbers. It's going to be. It's going for me. If I'm taking a side on this one, it'll be moneyline parlays, run-line straights in favor of the New York Mets. Bats here. I like all the bats. I ain't gonna say all the bats, but I like. I like Pete Alonso, who's 2 for 19 versus him with he's only 2 for 19, but I still like him. JD Martinez, I like JD. I like JD Martinez. I like him versus lefties in general, right? I probably would take JD Martinez over Alonso, but then the model thing had him on top. Vientos, Marte. I like Lindor. Lindor has good numbers, and I probably like Lindor because Lindor is a switcher. He'll be able to be in the game all day long. You know what I'm saying? So I like Lindor. Checking out the bullpens here, Miami bullpen. They probably they're in the top 10 worst bullpens right now. I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. So they bullpen is not all that. So it's gonna I like the bats here. Any two of these bats, you can take them in. Get a plus money. Like you can take. I like Marte as well. I said that. Did I say that? You can take Marte and you can take Martinez, get plus money. You can take my favorite two bats here would probably be Martinez and Lindor. You know what I'm saying? You get plus money there. Just Harrison Bader, I think he's in play. So it's a lot. Now on the flip side, you got Tyler McGill, right? So Tyler McGill, he got some decent strikeout stuff. This Miami team is meh, you know what I'm saying? So I think he can. There's a pathway where he can hit his strikeouts. It could be a pathway for him to hit his strikeouts. I think I'm a little bit more fixated on his outs. One thing I will say here is Tyler McGill, he got a 27% K rate. So maybe I can back that, some shape, form, or fashion. One thing I can say here, or one thing I will say here is it's one pitch, right? This one pitch, and it's a fastball, right? He's to righties. He's throwing that fastball 57% of the time. And then the slider. That's all he's doing, that fastball and slider. The fastball, he's doing pretty good with that. And that slider. The whiff percentage is up. The put away, all that is up, right? That's what he's throwing. He's striking motherfuckers out. That's what he's throwing. To lefties, same thing, right? No, not the same thing. But he's throwing that four seamer 49% of the time. He's got a home run on that, but versus lefties, he's got a 318 batting average on that, right? So that's like somebody like Jazz Chisholm, right? I don't know how Jazz Chisholm is versus that fastball, but if he's good versus that fastball, then it is what it is, right? He might be able to hit that fastball. The other two kids would be Jesus Sanchez and Brian De La Cruz. Both of those guys look pretty good versus that fastball. So those guys could be in line for a hit. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Jesus Sanchez, let me take a look because he's pretty red, right? Let's see. Versus right hand. Good morning, Dollar. Versus right hand. That fastball, that's what we're looking at, right? So that four-seamer, he's got 2 home runs off that four-seamer. And what else is he throwing? Sanchez is a switch hitter, right? No, he's a lefty. Okay. He's throwing that cutter, split finger, like, I don't know. If you think he's going to hit that fastball, I'll look that route. But, So what is he throwing? The cutter. And then what about Sanchez? He's hitting that cutter. He only had a couple plate appearances, but he's got a 375 batting average on it. Split finger and a curveball, like, meh. Split finger and a curveball. And then it was I would look at those guys. Brian De La Cruz, I think he's got a couple home runs off that curveball, right? So I mean off that fastball. So, if these would be the guys that'll get him some trouble. If you're thinking about, taking any bats for this side, these will be some of the guys, will be the guys to get him some trouble. The four-seamer and the slider versus right-hand batters. Brian De La Cruz, the four-seamer. Actually, Brian De La Cruz has 3 home runs versus that four-seamer. So his batting average is not good versus that four-seamer, but he does have 3 home runs versus it, okay? With 17 strikeouts. He will strike out. He will strike the fuck out, right? So it's a few strikeouts in the lineup for him, for McGill as well, right? I just want to touch on that right there. I didn't look at everybody like Jazz. Jazz did look kind of good in the model, but like I say, even if you're just doing hit parlays and just don't want to do a side, those are some of the players that I like. Over here on Prize Picks, I think I've inserted him. Tyler McGill at 17.5 pitching outs. I'm gonna see if he can get to, if he can hit that for us, right? If he can hit that for me, so I'm gonna leave him right there. All right. Next game here, I want to try to speed it up a little bit. At least if I can even tell you guys this here. Oh, okay. Colorado Rockies and Minnesota Twins, right? So I'm not a big Louis Varland fan. I'm not a big Cal Quantrill fan. I like Royce Lewis. There was a couple other bats here. I don't think I'll be betting on them though, man. I'm just wondering is Louis Varland a minus 200 pitcher? You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm torn at right now, right? I'm just trying to figure out he's a minus 200 pitcher. You know what I'm saying? Bats here, I couldn't talk you off any bat, truthfully, but the Minnesota bats really popped here. And I'm always like Royce Lewis, but I'll give you I think the same bats that popped for me yesterday popped today. Uh, Kepler was a little bit higher on the list today. I think he was like the third, top three in Minnesota bat that popped. But I'll tell you guys what it was, and I'll keep it moving. Right? Let's see, Colorado, Minnesota. So Royce Lewis popped at the top, followed by Castro, Trevor Larnach, number three, and Max Kepler and Carlos Correa. Diaz, don't know if he's going to be in the lineup. He's the first guy that popped, and Ezekiel Tovar. Right, this game is not not sexy to me like that. So I don't know, man. I took Minnesota -1.5 yesterday. I think I want to keep my money. I might live bet this game, whatever the case may be. I don't bet Minnesota like that. Tovar did pop. Tovar popped. So I didn't see your comment, bro. So Tovar did pop, bro. Tovar did pop. He was right there. He's the first one that popped. He's the first one that popped. He's the first one that popped. For that side, right? So let's take a look at Tovar versus this kid. Since you brought him up, I'm interested as well. So let's see. It's probably be the only bat that I'm looking at, but I want to see. 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 Let's take a look at Tovar. Varland. Expected batting average is 321. What's up with that? Damn. 321. Where's the over at? Where's the over at? I didn't even too much look at this shit. Let me see. So he's only pitched what? 4 games? He's been giving up runs, man. He's averaging over 4 runs right now. Shit. Do that look like a motherfucker -200 pitcher right now? Hell no. The walks, he's giving up like 2 walks. Like, home runs, 1 home run, 2, 2, 1. Earned runs, 3, 6, 4, 4. Like, no. And then how sneaky these motherfuckers been. I don't care if they beat the shit out of them. I'm not backing him for no motherfucker. Tovar, right? I'm tripping, right? That's what we're supposed to be looking at. Nope. Ezekiel. Why is this on zones? Take it off zones, put it on pitching. Varden is throwing that. Look at that shit. This first few games he done pitched. 500 batting average on the 4-seamer. 385 on the cutter, on the knuckle curve, 286. He's getting his ass hit, right? What is he throwing? 4-seamer cutter and knuckle curve, right? Some weird shit. 4-seamer, cutter, and knuckle curve, right? Maybe have to look at his splits, right? Let me see. Where are they at? On the road versus righty. So he's got pretty decent splits. Escape percentage is down on the road right now. on the road, average 282, slugging 527, OPS 834. That's the highest for him. Us on the road. Isolated power, that's the highest for him, 245 on the road versus righties. WRC plus on the road and home versus righties and on the road. Home versus righties and on the road. So it's probably factoring into that a lot of his splits and stuff like that. I don't know how many games he's played. Probably not many. Let me see. Away, okay, at bats. He's got more bats on the road than he does at home. 323 batting average at home. On the road, 267. On the road, he's got 8 home runs. On the road versus lefties, 2 home runs. On the road versus righties, 6 home runs. So, I couldn't talk you off of him. Hitting for a little power at home. The dogs could be barking here. Hey, but between both teams, those first Minnesota bats that I rattled off, they had them graded higher. They had them graded higher, right? So that's something that you need to look at here. I'm undecided on this one here. Could look at the over here at 8.5. The over could be in play. Should be in play. I like bats. I mean, on paper. I like bats on paper. I like Minnesota bats on paper. I like Minnesota bats on paper. That's all I can say. Pittsburgh Pirates, um, um, St. Louis Cardinals, over under 7.5. We got Skeens on the mound. We got McCullers on the mound. And I mean, you don't need me to tell you how good Skeens is. You don't need me to tell you that. Now, he's doing that shit, man. He's doing meteors, right? St. Louis Cardinals have been a tough out. McCullers, I do like lefties, right? The lefties pop for me. So I do like lefties. If I had to rank them, it would be Reynolds. Who the fuck was that? Reynolds and Sawinski. But it would probably just be Reynolds. If I had to take a bat from Pittsburgh side, it would probably be Reynolds, right? I do like the lefties versus McCullers. McCullers is probably pitching his worst towards lefties. We'll take a look. But Reynolds was that guy for me, I want to say. If I decide to go to the bats. I didn't say I was going to any bats here, but Reynolds looked okay for me going to a bats here, right? I have to dig into his splits and stuff. I didn't have time to do all that. I see what popped, but I didn't have time to, dig into any splits, right? But Reynolds is one of those guys that really pop. Jackson Winsky is the guy that you're looking for power that he can take your ass deep, right? He's not a hitting for average type of guy. Right now, that four seamer, he's got a 259 batting average on that four seamer. That his slider's getting wrecked, right? 458 batting average on that 405 expected batting at 917 slug. I gotta look at him now. See if he's hitting that slug, that slider. He's throwing that, and then he's throwing that sinker. He's pretty good with that sinker, and the rest of his pitches got a 300 batting average on it. Damn, I'm gonna have to look at Reynolds now. I'm sorry. Yep, I'm gonna have to take a look at him, right? Rowdy Tellez too for power. Cruz didn't pop, but Rowdy Tellez, he popped too. Okay. So the lefties get a bump here. However you want to look at it, okay? However you want to look at it. What was it? That sinker? Slider. He's only got a 120 batting average on his slider. Last year he hit it okay, but he gets a bump. 300 batting average on that four seamer. I couldn't talk you off of it. I still like him. Right? I might put him in a hit parlay. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Something like hits, runs, and RBIs. I might take him for hits, runs, and RBIs. I guess if I'm taking a side, it probably would be Pittsburgh or nothing in this spot. I definitely get a pitching lean towards Pittsburgh. However, St. Louis has shown the ability to hit righties. I don't know if they can run a count up on Paul. We'll see. I can't talk you off his strikeouts, but that St. Louis team, they probably haven't been striking out that much, right? I've seen some instances where they were striking out on the season, but as the season progressed, they got a little bit better. Strikeouts, St. Louis top 10 on over the course of the whole season, 23.7%. K rate, 104 WRC plus. Last 30 days though, where they at? St. Louis 17th, 22%, still went down one, but they showed the ability to hit. That's the thing. 122 WRC plus. That's gotten higher. Last 14 days, they was just at 22%. Now they're at 21% K rate, 300 plate appearances, 105 WRC plus. We know that this St. Louis team has been being pesky, but sometimes you just got good pitching. So it is what it is. They minus 136 favors. Do as you will. New York Yankees and Kansas City Royals over under 9.5. I guess it's over. I guess it is what it is, right? It's over under 9.5. That's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be. God damn it, right? So I couldn't talk you off the over if you want to get there. I know the Yankees can put up numbers. I know Kansas City Royals can get hot and put up numbers. I have nothing to say. I'm not fucking with neither one of these pitchers. I'm telling you that right now. The usual suspects I play: your Sotos, your Judge, your Wits, and your Salvi Perez's and shit like that. One thing I will point out here is one thing, and I already know. I already knew this shit by heart. It was what pitch is that? If he catches it, he might hang this motherfucker in the Raptors. That's all. That's all. If he catches it, he might hang it in the Raptors, right? We got Marcus Stroman. Since it's Dinger Tuesday, I got to tell you guys about him, right? I tried to put my thumbnail up there. I couldn't get my thumbnail up there, man. I bet y'all can't guess who my thumbnail is for today. I know y'all ain't going to be able to guess that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Let's see. Towards righties. Let's see. What pitch is that he's throwing? That sinker, right? That's what it was. It was that sinker, right? So, he's throwing that sinker 41% of the time. He's got one home run on that towards righties, right? So, he's not that good now. But if Velasquez catches this sinker, you could just about hang it up, right? He's got good power on it. He ain't the best guy in the world or whatever the case may be, but I'm just putting you on notice, right? He's got 2 home runs on that sinker. He doesn't see it much. He's got a 333 batting average. He loves to see this pitch along with that cutter. So that sinker and that cutter is what he likes. Expected batting average is 362, slugging at 667. Expected slugging at 777, and so on and so forth. So Stroman, that's his top pitch, 40%. So he's probably going to have a chance. Go ahead, guess it if you can. He's probably going to have a chance. Right? He's going to have a chance. So if he catches that, then you could probably kiss that goodbye. He's a home run candidate just off the strength of that pitch. Okay. Now, like I said, with Bobby Witt and all those guys, they're self-explanatory. You don't need me to, elaborate on those guys. Toronto Blue Jays at Milwaukee Brewers. I don't have a side on this one here. Kikuchi on the mound. Carlos Rodriguez on them. They probably doing a bullpen game. They doing this shit quite often. Milwaukee doing this shit a lot. They're getting on my nerves with this shit. Kikuchi, on the other hand, I don't really like to mess with Kikuchi like that. Every time I mess with him, he don't do well for me. So I'm gonna just stay off of it. You guys got anything for this one? You let me know. 2 bats that I do like though. It's going, and I'm torn on which one would be the top bats. But anytime a lefty comes into play, you got to look at Wilson Contreras, right? Jose says Mets, Phillies, Dodgers, and Mariners, right? James Bruno, he says Milwaukee, so he must like Milwaukee. So anytime he catches a lefty, I'm looking at Contreras anytime. Kikuchi, don't know what he looks like versus righties, but I'm gonna see what he's pitching right now. That four-seamer at 47% of the time, he has 5 home runs as a pitcher on that pitch. 500 slugging, expected slugging is at 500. So expected batting average 277, around about the same. Like I said, towards righties, he's pitching that pitch, that and that curveball. Those are his top 2 pitches he's throwing. But like I said, he's giving up 5 home runs. He's giving up 5 home runs on that towards righties, right? Tiffany, he said Adames. You like Adames? Adames did pop. I just didn't like what I seen. I had to go look into his splits. I didn't like what I seen. Adames did pop. So shout out to James on that. And I do hate that name, Kikuchi, right? Kikuchi. All right, so look, right? It's Contreras, right? So versus that fastball, he's got a 389 batting average. Expected batting average 300. Slugging is at 500. Same as Kikuchi. He's got 3. No, he doesn't have 3 home runs versus that fastball. He's got 1 home run versus lefties this year, which is surprising. But at the end of the day, that four-seamer, he's almost got a 400 batting average on that four-seamer. And then, like I said, Kikuchi, he's throwing that. That fastball is getting hit. So I like it, right? Tiffany, you're up there clowning. But yeah, hey, so I like that fastball. I mean, I like that, right? And then, like I said, I do like Yelich. Versus lefties, he's throwing that fastball 46% of the time. And then you look at Christian Yelich here, which would be a lefty-lefty matchup. I do have to go in and look at some of his splits, maybe on Fangraphs, but I don't really look at the splits here. I look at them on Fangraphs, but let me see. Versus lefties, right? He's pretty much good, right? And he's been kind of quiet too. If Kikuchi has a bad game, he should have his hands all over this one. So don't know which one of these guys I liked. That four-seamer versus lefties, he hadn't seen it that much, but he does have 2 home runs off of it. His batting average is up. Only a small sample size, 385. Slugging, 846, 740, 783 expecting. What else is he throwing to lefties? The slider. Yelich versus that slider. He ain't been too good versus that slider. And then what else is he throwing? That curveball. Yelich. He ain't been too good versus that curveball. He ain't even really seen it. So that fastball, which he's throwing 46% of the time, Yelich is crushing it, right? And then shout out to Adames, Hoskins, guys like that, right? I still, now that I think of it, I still can't back Toronto, man, but I'm not gonna throw no money on it. I'm not gonna throw no money on it. I like Yelich. I like Contreras. I like for them guys to double team him. I like for them hits, runs, and RBIs for those guys. We got an 8.5 over under in this one here. I guess they expect runs to be put up here. I haven't looked at the weather, right? Chicago White Sox at Seattle Mariners over under 7. Thorpe, the Stork kid is supposed to be pretty good. I heard he don't throw a lot of heat. He wasn't a strikeout per inning guy. And then you got Woo. Woo was one thing I would say, like I said, coming from last year, I already know that he pitches his worst towards lefties, right? The Chicago White Sox don't know if they got any lefties. It was one guy. It was one guy. It was one bat that if you just absolutely had to get to just had to get to a bat here, it was Gavin Sheets, right? He's the one that popped out for me, Gavin Sheets, but I'm not playing him, right? I'm gonna some pictures. All right, for sure. But woo, right? Hey, but he's been pitching really, really good, man. He's been pitching really, really good. His strikeouts is at 6.5 here, and then 6 on Prize Picks. And then his pitching outs is a parlay piece, right? So his pitching outs, I like it, right? So let's see. His pitching outs is at 17.5 at a parlay piece. I like it, right? I'm probably gonna end up going over here. Well, I know probably I am gonna go over here, and I might go with a trifecta, like pitching outs, some K's, and probably the win, something like that. But let's see. Where's the game at? White Sox. Right here. If I can get some plus money here. Woo. They're only giving you 5.5 Ks. Okay. I can either go with the 5.5 Ks. I could either go with the I could probably just go with the outs recorded and maybe the win right? That's a minus 110. Outs recorded and the win. I could throw the strikeouts in there if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And go for the trifecta, at least 5.5. A trifecta to give me a plus 150. Or if I wanted to what? Take off the outs. That's a minus 105. I can go 5.5 strikeouts. I can do whatever, right? I can do whatever. So, not, or you can go with an under, alternate under, or whatever the case may be. But not my favorite game to target bats from, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be Mariners and nothing for me in this spot. I get a pitching lean towards the Mariners with the bullpen and the Sheets. Yep, that's what it was. That's what it was, right? And we know Woo lefties can get him. Lefties can get him. Lefties can get him. So it is what it is, right? I'm not going to waste too much time, right? Next game here we can talk about would be I gotta do a better job at getting this shit down, right? Oh, this game, I love this game, right? This is where my thumbnail came from, right? And it was, but for some reason they said the file was too big, but it was Ketel Marte, right? So the Angels, anytime they got a lefty on the mound, you know it's going down, right? That's one thing. Then same thing for Arizona. So I like a ton of bats here. I done looked at them, bro. I done looked at them. I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna be betting this game. I'd like the over. First and foremost, give me the over. I don't bet on too many games. They can crack me, right? I'm gonna be disciplined. I'm not gonna bet a lot, but give me the over. And top bat for me. Top bat for me is Ketel Marte. We know Christian Walker does damage. I like Grichuk. I like Gurriel. Marino. I like Marino. You can't even sneak a fastball past him. And then the two pitches that that this guy throws. You said definitely Gurriel. You said Max Fried, less on fantasy. I couldn't talk you off of it. I couldn't talk you off of it. I cannot talk you off of it. I went extent. You came a little late. If you wanna go back and rewind it and check out what I did, because I went extensive on that Braves game. So you might want to check that out. You might want to check that out. The first. That's the first game. So it ain't gonna be hard for you to find it, and then you can make a decision from there. Because I went extensively on him and those bats, bro. Straight up, I went extensive on him and those bats. So just go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and check that out, Dollar, and then just you can come back and let me know what you come up with, or you can let me know later on, or whatever the case may be. Marino, he matched up really, really well, bro, with the pitch mix with the pitch mix. He matched up really well. It's like two pitches he throwing, right? Rengifo, he looked good. He looked okay. I ain't gonna lie, he looked okay when I looked it up. But now on the other side, Taylor Ward, Logan O'Hop, Kevin Pillar. Damn, let me pull these motherfuckers up, man. You know I'm stacking this game up. Angels and Diamondbacks, right? Ooh, damn. So I'll get shit. Man, I like too many bats here. Rengifo, yeah, he looked good. He's 1 for 2. He's 2 for 6 with a home run. And Eugenio Suarez, Gabriel Marino, like it's everybody's in play here, man. Straight up. I like this game. Man. I'm gonna give you my bats in order for this game. Ketel Marte, Christian Walker, Grichuk, Uriel, and Marino and Suarez. That's in order for that side, for Arizona side, and on the Angel side. I don't know why I would have put Ward above Pillar, but they got Pillar, Ward, O'Hop, and no, yeah, O'Hop and Rengifo. I think I like O'Hop over all the motherfuckers. I don't know what to say. All I need to say is hits, runs, and RBIs and over. That's what I'm looking at. I could be wrong. It is what it is. If you stacking, I'm stacking. Best believe for sure. What about Carroll? Carroll's gonna have to be in the mix. He's gonna have to be in the mix. He's going through that sophomore slump right now. I was betting on him at random last year. I ain't even been betting on him this year, man. That's just more fuel to the fire, though, bro. That's more fuel to the fire. I could go through all these pitch mixes, but it will take too much time, and a lot of them line up really, really good, really, really good. This total might be moving. It was an 8. It was a 9. It's probably gonna be at 9.5 by now, and I'm fine with that. Let's see. Still at 9. Hey, I don't know, man. Suarez, Montgomery on the mound. Montgomery been trash. Watch he goes out there and pitch a gem today. But I can't deny these Angels versus lefties. If they don't stand up for nothing, they stand up for lefties, bro. And then Montgomery ain't been good. So I'm rolling like that. I'm gonna have to get cracked. San Diego and Padres in this A's game, right? So the A's, excuse me, I'm sorry. The A's are in play here, right? A few bats from the A's are in play. I know 2. I want to make it 3. I really want to make it 3 bats, but the A's are in play for the simple fact that Vasquez is just not good. Pitching is a whole, it's a lot of what's going on, man. Expected batting average at 309. He just hasn't been good. He ain't been looking good to me. But ERA 5.4, right on par with his expected numbers. He's been giving up runs, right? He's given up a home run in every game except for one. The runs has been 3-3-9. I mean 3-3-3-5-1-5-4. Like, yeah, right. And then he's went over 5 innings twice this season. Like, he's been getting hit. Okay. And this is a spot where he could the Oakland can spoil some shit here, right? So he's throwing that four seamer 40% of the time to righties, 39.6, whatever. He's got a four seamer, a curveball, and a sinker that he's pretty much tossing around, right? Not a big sample size, hadn't played too many games, whatever the case may be. I guess the top bat on the Oakland side's got to be Brent Rooker. Definitely got power. He can hit righties, he can hit lefties. Willie, this is a good chance for him. This is a good chance for him to get a hit here, right? I'll give you guys some numbers. Versus righties here. Where is it? So, what is he throwing? The four seamer's throwing it pretty good. Rooker would strike out too. That's the thing. He's gonna strike out artists. But he's got a home run versus that four seamer. Expected batting average at 333, regular batting average at 262. What else is he throwing? A curveball. He ain't seen it that much, but he does have a home run off of it. 8 plate appearances, 6 at bats, 3 hits, one double. One double. Wait a minute. Wait. Curveball. Okay, he's got a triple, a single, and a home run. Okay, batting 500 on that, and the sinker, which he's getting tore up versus that sinker. He's getting tore up versus that sinker, Randy Vasquez, and Brent Rooker is knocking the shit out of that sinker, right? At a 400 clip. He ain't seen it that much, but he's 8 for 20, 5 singles, a double, 2 home runs. So yeah, he's what else is he throwing? He's not throwing a slider, the sweeper and the cutter, whatever the case may be. I like him, right? Now, towards lefties, what you say? Rooker smacked the dinger for me the other day. Yes, sir. Versus lefties, he's throwing that four seamer 35% of the time, followed by that changeup, and then that curveball, which he looks okay with that curveball, that cutter, everything getting lit up. He throws to lefties, right? He's pitching his worst to lefties, so that's got to put Blade in play, right? It's got to put Blade in play. Got to, right? So those are the top 2 bets that I'll be looking at for Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So all lefties get a bump. All lefties get a bump no matter how good you are. Because he's ass versus lefties, as you can see. But all lefties get a bump. Now, what was it? The fastball and the changeup. 400 batting average on that fastball for the pitcher. 368 batting average for Blade. 317 expected. 5, almost 600 slugging. 2 home runs. 9 doubles. He got 9 doubles on that four seamer. He loves the fastball. He loves it. So if he catches it, then you already know. It's a good chance he's going to catch it because Vasquez is throwing it 34% of the time. So it's a good chance he's gonna get it. But they will strike the fuck out too, but not as much versus that four seamer. He gonna lay on that four seamer. He gonna lay on it. If he catch it, he probably kissed that motherfucker goodbye. At least for a double or something like that. That's impressive. 9 doubles off one pitch. That's impressive. That means he's hitting it hard as fuck. Um, on the flip side here, JP Sears. He's another guy. I think he's been okay, but he's pitching his worst towards lefties. I want to say too. I didn't really look at his numbers here. I don't know why I didn't look at his numbers, but um, hmm. So let me see something here. His 20% K rate, hard hits percentage is at 17% K rate. Let me see something. If we got bad stuff popping, let me see. What was that? Oakland. Oakland versus the Padres. Fernando Tatis just needs to go. He's on another planet, right? He's on another planet. So I need to see what's going on here. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. That's gonna be interesting here. I don't know. I don't know, man. He's throwing that four seamer, change up, and sweeper. To righties, to lefties, he's throwing that sweeper, four seamer. Four seamer is getting hit. His four seamer is getting hit. Sinker is getting hit. JP says is a lefty. Let's see something here versus left-hand pitching. Mm. San Diego Padres not striking out 17%. Okay, they don't strike out versus lefties. Okay, WRC last 30 days. Mm. Don't strike out. 15% K rate. They don't strike out. 100 WRC plus. Last 2 weeks. How many play appearances that? 202. 109 WRC plus. 15.3% K rate. From the looks of this, I don't know. I don't know here. Do as you will with this one here, because this is where I stopped at. I didn't get a chance to go in depth right here. This is where I kind of like stopped at and said I got to record. But what's the line? Shit, what's the line? 156 favorites plus 132 plus 1.5 and minus 160. I think Sears is the better pitcher. Uh, Sometimes this motherfucking San Diego team, they can be anemic. I don't know what to say here. I don't. If Oakland, I'm gonna want to see the lineup. That's what I want to see. I'm gonna want to see this Oakland lineup, and I'll probably make if they find a way put some lefties out there, then I would have a little bit of interest in the over. Or man, I don't know. I don't know, man. What about what's some of these outs and pitching strikeouts and stuff? I ain't looking at the strikeouts. Not. He's only got they're not striking out that much. I ain't looking at that. I'm looking at So they got JP Sears pitching outs at 17.5. That's what I'm looking at, pitching outs. And Vasquez pitching outs at 17.5. What is Vasquez strikeouts? 4.5. I don't know, man. This line might move throughout the day. I'm very undecided here. I do like Rooker. I do like Rooker, and I do like Blade. I haven't dug into the San Diego bats. And these last two games, I haven't dug into these last two games. Truthfully, I can do a quick skim. We can do a quick skim real fast, but let me see. Yeah, we got. I didn't even see the Dodgers game. Where's that? Oh, here it is. Oh, they playing Texas. Okay, so you got Blanco. We got Hicks. What's the line? What's the line in this one here? We got Blanco. We got Hicks on the mound. Over on the 8 here. Let's see. Them Giants fucked up some people money last night, man. So as far as bats go here, I'm a like Altuve and either way it go. Guys like Altuve and I'm gonna like those guys either way it go. Blanco's been looking good, right? Jordan Hicks. So off the back, this here, it's just it's just not my favorite game. Um, it's not going to be my favorite game right now, as of right now. But I could just about look at it and say, yeah, this is not my favorite game, right? Especially with these pitchers on the mound, I'll have to figure it out. Blanco could be a outs candidate though. I ain't even gonna lie, he could be an outs candidate. Let's see what his pitching outs looking like. 17 and a half. He's somebody you could probably look at. Jordan Hicks could be somebody you can look at it for outs too, but I'll probably be looking more at Blanco for his pitching outs. As far as the bats, I'll probably get to those bats at a later time, but those pitching outs is what I'll probably be looking at. Somebody like Blanco. Um, I can go back and check out some numbers for Blanco here, and I might sprinkle on his pitching outs, right? Um, he's got a 3.53 ERA. Looking at some of his game logs, last two games he hadn't really went deep. He's kind of spotty, right? Last two games he hadn't went so deep into his game. Uh, he's giving up some walks, and then the home run. He's been giving up home runs as of late. And last how many games he's giving up home runs straight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Eight of his last 9 games, he's given up a home run. But versus this team, I think he can. I think he can. I think he can get. I think he can hit his outs. I think he can. Right. He was on a tear when the seasons. Then they caught his ass cheating though too. So 1, 2. So the Yankees got to him. Oakland. I don't know what happened versus this Oakland game. Is that where he got caught cheating at? Which game? I forgot. Um, Oakland, he went 7 there, 4 there. St. Louis. Okay. Okay. I think it's a pathway for him to get to his pitching outs. Uh, St. Louis, San Francisco versus righties. 99 WS. What about the last 30 days and last 2 weeks? San Francisco Giants haven't been striking out. 102 WRC plus. They looked okay. I'm just never sold on San Francisco bats, man. Um, Last 7 days, 22 K rate, 72 WRC plus, 300 plate appearances. So, I think he can. I think it's a pathway for him to get to his pitching outs. Yeah, I'll be looking at that on the pitching side, and I'll be looking at that on the pitching side. I mean, your Altuve's and Bregmans and all those guys, they definitely in play, right? They definitely in play. I can't talk you off of that. Altuve could be warming up. Okay. Last game on the docket here, and I think I'm probably looking at an over in this one here, just off the glance, would be the Houston, and Texas, yeah, the Texas and the Dodgers here. Paxton on the mound. Paxton is not that good, right? So Houston, Texans haven't they haven't listed the starter yet, have they? So it's Dunning. Okay, so Dunning, right? I expect runs to be put up in this one, man. ERA at 4, expected ERA at 5.2. Hard hit is up. I'm expecting runs to be put up here. You know it's the Dodgers. It's whoever you want to get to on the Dodgers. Y'all already know that. Whatever you want to do. So it is what it is. In that situation, um, let me see. Yeah. Um, I wonder was Corey Seager back? No, right? Is he? Is Corey Seager back? Let me see. Dodgers. I don't know how long Corey Seager is going to be out, but I like runs to be put up here. I like runs to be put up here. Couldn't talk you off the over here. I like runs to be put up here. I don't even have to go into the vultures. I mean, look at Paxton. Look, all is blue. All is blue. That's not good. That's not good. And then, like I said, Dane Dunning, all is blue. Somehow he's got a 27% K rate, but all this shit blue. Like they about to blow me today. They about to. I'm blue. So I like runs to be put up here. However you want to look at it. I can give you guys some history on some of these guys. Otani, 4 for 21, two singles, a double, and a home run. Otani seen him a lot. Freddie Freeman on 2 of 2, one home run. Mookie Betts, 1 of 4. That one was a home run. Dane Dunning as a whole, he's 12 for 46 versus this Dodger team. Batting average at 261. Um, um, on the flip side, look at Marcus Seaman. He's 4 for 16 with 2 home runs versus James Paxton. So it is what it is, right? Seaman, Corey Seager, it's got a hit off of him. These Texans haven't seen him as much as they've seen, because you got guys like Garcia and those guys haven't seen him, right? So I do expect Texas to put up runs here. I think they can put up runs here against Paxton. Paxton has just been bad, man. So I don't know how long they're gonna be able to withstand him being this bad, but this ERA 4.19 was expected at fives. Um, Strikeouts are down. Hasn't had more than 4 strikeouts only once this season. Um, Home runs. It looks like he's giving them up in bunches. Last few games, 2 home runs there, 2 home runs there. Like I can't back him, man. Earned runs 6, 5, 3, 4, 3. I can't back him. I cannot. I cannot. So I'll be looking at the over or just hit parlays and bats and hit runs and RBIs, especially live betting. I've been live betting lately, so I'm looking at bats here. The usual suspects. It is what it is. It is what it is. I did not see the Reds game, right? I did not see the Reds game. I don't know where that Reds game went to. I don't. I don't know where it went to. I must have skipped over the Reds game, or I didn't see it. It must have got pulled off the top shelf here. But Cleveland and Cincinnati, it's another game, right? Another game. I have to look at the weather right here, just so these are actually they websites. So this one is Fangraphs right here. Fangraphs. The two most I use is Fangraphs and Baseball Savant, right? Those are the two most ones that I look at. Okay, Fangraphs and Baseball Savant. Okay, this one's Fangraphs. This one's Baseball Savant, and they're free. You know, they're free. Sometimes you have to go through. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Z's? What's happening? What's up with you? What's going on? And there you go. All right, so the yeah, so McKenzie, um this is their Reds game, and I'm expecting runs to be put up here. So um then in Great American Ballpark. So first and foremost, let me take a look at the weather real fast, and because I need to see the weather. We all need to see the weather. I might have too many tabs open. Why is it not popping up for me? Okay, I'm starting to lag a little bit. Let me find the little link, man. Where's the little link? Right there, there's one. Oh, one game. All right, so some light showers are possible, but there's not really much rain around. My thinking is that if the game starts dry and some drizzle moves in, they'll play through it. If the drizzle starts pregame, they might late start, but eventually will play. So it's no weather concerns. Okay, I thought it was, but there's no weather concerns. All right, so um, no weather concerns. So this Cleveland Guardians game here, it's another game where I expect runs. It's Great American Ballpark, right? So they put up runs here, okay? Much similar, like similar like that, similar like that Arizona game. I like this game like that, right? So, and we got McKenzie on the mound, like I was saying. McKenzie, I mean, the 13% walk rate is bad, right? I ain't gonna say he can get lucky. He can strike some motherfuckers out here and there. And he lives around that 4 to 6 strikeout range. If he get hot, he can just get the fan and motherfuckers. But and this team will strike out, but I don't trust this boy. this stadium. The stadium is, man, you put up runs in here, right? So, 4.94 expected ERA. Um, he's been giving up the long ball, right? So, Cleveland versus Kansas City, he gave up 3 home runs. Colorado Rockies, he gave up 2 home runs. He gave up 3 home runs versus the Mets. A home run versus Minnesota. No home runs versus the Sox. Go figure. 1 home run versus Detroit. He's giving up home runs. Astros a home run. Home run. He's giving up home runs, man. He's giving up a home run in every game except for 2. I should have just did it like that. But lately, he's giving them up in bunches. Like I said, this last game, 3 home runs versus Kansas City, 2 home runs versus Colorado, and 3 home runs versus the New York Mets. So he's giving up home runs like a motherfucker right now, right? So I ain't gonna lie. Ellie De La Cruz looked like a prime candidate today, right? He looked like a prime candidate today. So he would be coming off the left side, right? So he's throwing that 4-seamer and that curveball. That 4-seamer 55% of the time. He's got 7 home runs on that 4-seamer. Okay? That curveball come follow behind it at 30% of the time, and that slider. He's only throwing 3 pitches. So you get somebody like Ellie De La Cruz. What's up with it? You get somebody like Ellie De La Cruz, and who's probably hitting most of his shit towards righties. Could be definitely be in play. And let's see. Ellie De La Cruz, he's got 3 home runs on that 4-seamer. And like I said, McKenzie, he's got 7 home runs on that fastball towards righties, towards lefties. Okay, so you could look at him even if you plan on pass picks. You could look at his ass for because I expect him to get on base for stolen bases. So that's like a fancy score. You know what I'm saying? You can look at him for that, hits, runs, and RBIs, all that shit, right? And I just about know this lineup by heart and who to target and when to target them. Just like versus a lefty, you'll never get Jake Fraley and Will Benson in versus a lefty. However, you talking about power today, you talking about somebody like Cruz, you talking about somebody like Benson. He's a lefty, take your ass deep. You're talking about Stevenson, somebody who can take your ass deep. We're talking about Candelario, somebody who can take your ass deep. All those guys, right? Those are my guys right there. And then, those are my guys right there. I mean, there's a few other guys that popped out too. The whole roster can get it popping here, right? So I like that. I like this game, just like I like that Arizona game. Who else? So towards lefties, right. So yeah, this is towards lefties. Towards righties, let's see. He's got 5 home runs. So he's got 7 home runs on that fastball, that 4-seamer towards righties, towards lefties. He's got 5 home runs towards righties. So he's giving up major power, and he's still throwing it 50% of the time. Followed by a slider and that curveball. So he's only throwing 3 pitches there, right? The righty, that would be Stevenson for power, and anybody else who can luck up and hit a fucking home run, right? So he's throwing that fastball to righties and lefties, and, he's getting it smacked. They plastering that motherfucker. He just can't stop throwing it. He does have some strikeout stuff. He put your ass away with that slide and that curveball, though. He will, right? He will put you away. And that ain't to say he can go out there and get 8 strikeouts. I ain't gonna say get lucky. Because this team will strike out versus righties, but he's getting hit. He's getting hit. And I don't know. What's this, a bullpen game they rolling out? Like, hell no. I don't know what they doing. I don't know how many innings this guy's gonna pitch or whatever the case may be, but The bullpens, if you want to look at the bullpen, um, Cincinnati bullpen can't be that good, right? Around the middle of the pack. Hey, yo, Tanner, what's up? What's up, Juan? What's going on? Um, so, either way it go, I expect runs to be put up in this one here. Any of the bats, I don't care who you want to get to on the Cleveland side, it's fine with me. This game should have opened up at a 9.5. It's still making me feel. It's making me. I don't know. It's kind of fishy. I thought it would be 9.5. Um, Josh Naylor, he graded out over a little bit more over Ramirez. How I don't know. Ramirez been on fire, but you got guys like Quan and all these guys. So yeah, I like runs to be put up here, man. I couldn't talk you off the over here, man. Straight up, I couldn't. I'm interested in bats here, right? I'm interested in bats here. All right, so that sums it up. That sums it up. I'm gonna go back through here. I'm gonna go back through here and slide it. Give you guys this list real quick. I'm gonna go back through here and look at these and get these bats in order real quick. Now y'all don't need me to. I don't bet a lot of games, bro. It's because it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into games. I start feeling games. You like total bases? Okay, that's fine. Total bases is fine. I do money lines here and there, here and there. I do money lines here and there. I do, but not a lot. Cause I gets mad. I gets mad. I gets mad, boy. Straight up. Boy, these games, boy. Most of the times though, I might jump on first fives and stuff like that. First fives or like first five team totals and stuff like that. You can get that on DraftKings. You know what I'm saying? Like first five team totals. Sometimes we open up at 1.5, stuff like that. You know, I'll toss some money lines in there and stuff like that. I'll be losing on that shit though. It's a whole different cap. It's a whole different cap, and I don't have a lot of time. Daughter say you the best at the shit. I wish I was, bro. I wish I was. I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time either, man. If I wasn't working and I was doing this full time, I would be betting. I would be betting games and everything. It's just sometimes you gotta stick to and then I played. When I played DFS, daily fantasy, and for years before I even started betting. And that's all. That's all. Player props, players and stuff. Just predicting game flow and stuff like that. So it's a part of me to fuck with player props. But build the bankroll is major key. And then I do all this research coming to handy, especially when you live betting. If you live betting too, that's a way to rock. Especially like live betting hits, runs, and RBIs and total bases and stuff like that. So like Gunnar Henderson yesterday, if you would have just jumped on like I say, when they come out the gate hot with a hit, run, and RBIs in that first inning or something like that, and your research had already lined up, oh. Go ahead, get the live betting. That motherfucker Gunner stayed hot the whole damn game. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? But bats here, like I said, if you really want to look at the bats for this Atlanta game, go check the segment for the Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta. When I first started recording, I broke down all the bats right there. Anybody can get it in that game, man. So what did I like here? I'll tell you this. I didn't like CJ Abrams, but he popped. So I'm gonna put him up there. Um, the Cubs, this game I skipped right over it. Baltimore and Philly and Boston. Damn, I didn't touch on this game, did I? I tell you what, I liked Jaron Duran, and I know Rafael Devers is good at baseball. And the 7 strikeouts, I took the 7 strikeouts for Wheeler, right? And then, I mean, I couldn't talk you off any Phillies bats, right? Just do what you do. Do what you do. Wheeler is pitching this. I'm not. You know what though? I'm gonna take it. If I had to take a bet, I'm not betting on. I'm not betting on Duran or Devers. I'm telling you that right now. But if I had to, I would bet on these two guys, right? Because Wheeler, he's pitching his worst on the road versus lefties. Now, the New York Mets bats. Oh yeah, I like Lindor. I like JD. I got love for Pete Alonso, Sterling Marte. I like these guys, right? And then I went into detail. If what's the name? McGill is pitching that fastball. Dela Cruz can hit that fastball. Chisholm can hit. I don't know. Chisholm graded out well, but I didn't put him in my player pool. Jesus can hit that fastball, but I don't think I'm betting on him, right? If I'm betting on this game, it's New York Mets or nothing. I like this game, hits, runs, and RBIs, top to bottom. Right? I'm taking the over for Ellie De La Cruz. I'm telling you this right now. I'm taking the over for Candelario. I'm taking the over for Fraley. I'm taking it. I'm not laying the minus 150 juice for no Ramirez. I'll probably put it in a parlay. Josh, I will play this hits, runs, and RBIs at 135. Stephen Kwan, it's a parlay piece. I like that. Tyler Stevenson, I'm taking it over 1.5 for plus money. Will Benson at a half of hits, runs, and RBIs. I'm putting that in the parlay at a minus 150, and I'm live betting him. Actually, I'm going over to ESPN betting. I'm taking a 1.5. This is a game. This is the type of game. The batters that I like. If it's 8 batters that I like, I'm betting them all. I don't care if I'm putting $10 a piece on all of them. I'm betting them all, man, because this is how, and if I bet $100 on a game, just bet hits, runs, and RBIs, then like $10 a man, then, and they get the hitting, then I'm live betting it, all within within the same. Just watching it, live betting it, just watching it go around, watching the money pile up. So I like that game. Don't know if I'll get to any bats here, but some of these bats look pretty good. Tovar looked good. The top bat, Royce Lewis looks good. Larnack looked good, and Kepler looked good. So the usual bats from Minnesota looked good, but it is what it is. Probably not targeting any bats from the St. Louis side, but Reynolds is a parlay piece for me. I couldn't talk you off of that. Jack Sawinski is in play. Lefties are in play here. Left-hand batters, Reynolds, Jack Sawinski, and Raleigh Tellez. O'Neill Cruz did not pop for me, but if y'all want to do that, make it do what it do. It is what it is. Of course, Judge, the usual suspects. But I told you, Nelson Velasquez, if he catch that pitch, it's gone. That sinker, if he catch it, kiss it goodbye. Kiss it goodbye. That's the top pitch that the Yankees pitcher throws. Christian Yelich, Gary Sanchez. If I had to take it back, Gary Sanchez and what's the kid's name? Contreras. If I had to rank them, it would be versus a lefty. Yeah, it'd be hard, but it would probably be Christian Yelich, William Contreras, then Gary Sanchez. And shout out to what's the name? He mentioned Adames, right? Somebody in the chat mentioned Adames, so I'll put him up there. I don't really do bats from this game. If I had to get to one bat, it would probably be Gavin Sheets, at least for a hit. I'm not done. I'm taking it down. Watch it hit a home run. um, San Diego Padres, I like Brent Rooker and I like Blade. I need to dive a little bit deeper to see exactly what bats I like here from San Diego. Tatis has just been on one, man. Okay. Uh oh, right. So top bat, probably the top bat of the day for me, Ketel Marte. This is probably the top my favorite bat. Ketel Marte. I'm taking this 2.5. Logan O'Hop, Lourdes Gurriel, Rengifo, Grichuk, Taylor Ward, Kevin Pillar, Gabriel Marino, Suarez, Christian Walker, like everybody, man. Lourdes Gurriel Jr., excuse me. Everybody, man. I think this game is going to pop off as well. So I can't even add all those bats up here because you can only put 20. So I like bats. I like bats in certain spots. I fall on my face. I fall on my face. But that's just how the game goes. All right. So I look for runs to be put up in this one early and often. Okay. If the Brad Speaks play, damn, Schemes with the 7.5. Did I put them in my? I actually didn't mean to put them in there. Right. I'm gonna take him down. I might straight. I'm gonna put them in one. I'm probably just not gonna put them in this one. Or should I put them in this one? I don't know. Let's see. You get a protected one for $5 every day this week. So that's cool. Now, there's gonna be a protected one here. I'm gonna put $5 on this. Let's see. Willa 7Ks, Parker, Wu 6Ks. What else we got here? Let's seal the deal on this one. JP Sears, that's an interesting play for me. Vandy Vasquez is a no for me, even though he might get there. Jordan Hicks, Ronel Blanco, I might have to put Blanco up there. What about the strikeouts here? Oh, it's Taco Tuesday. Oh, I'll take that, right? I'll take that. 3.5. I'll close my eyes and take that, right? It's 3.5. I close my eyes and take that. Fuck, man. Damn. I'll take it, man. Damn. Tyler McGill, if you don't want to get to that pitching out, you can get to his 5Ks. I think he can get there. I think he can get there. Luzardo, Cutter Crawford. Miles McCullers, no. Skeens, should I just end this motherfucker with Skeens and just throw him up there? 8Ks for Skeens against St. Louis. 3 out of his last 4 games is Dodgers, Detroit, and the Cubs. Hicks, Paxton, Blanco. What about pitcher fantasy score? Pitcher fantasy score. Max Fried, Jamison Talion. Skeens sitting at 40. JP Sears don't get that many strikeouts. Should I put Skeens up here or no? Or just go to a bat? Hits, runs, and RBIs. Mm. Eddie De La Cruz, give me that. At 1.5. What they thought? I'm finna stack this game up. Why it's early? Because these guys gonna disappear. I'm definitely stacking this game up. Who else they got? Tyler Stevenson. I'm gonna end up putting Tyler Stevenson in there. Candelario, Ellie De La Cruz. Those three going in for sure. Damn, Mitchell Parker went to 17.5. Right there. Damn. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. McGill, overall outs. Wheeler. Damn, McGill, you can take his K's too, man. I think I'm gonna switch this to his strikeouts. I'm gonna go to his strikeouts. Don't feel me. Don't feel me. He just gave Miami 7 Ks. That was back in March, though. That wasn't even regular season, I don't believe. But I'll take it. Um, Mitchell Parker, 4 Ks, man. Did you get 5? And all right, for sure. I'm putting this in right here. Wheeler, Woo, Woo 6 Ks, Wheeler 7 Ks, Tristan McKenzie 3.5, Derek Cruz 1.5 hits, runs and RBIs, pitching out 17.5 for Mitchell Parker, McGill 5 Ks. Now you can put Skeens in there if you want to just take this down and Ellie De La Cruz down and put Skeens in there. You could for his 7.5 Ks or his whatever. You can do that if you want. Okay, so it is what it is. Right? I'm gonna put $5 on there. You're probably gonna win $100, $125, or something like that. The rest of this shit, I'm gonna go straighten it out, but lay all my straights and shit right now, and get this shit out the way, y'all. All right, peace out, man. Peace out, man. Hopefully, y'all have a good day today.